All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect, and shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. And just coming back with another quick lesson, going into this article that I saw, and it says Yale honors. It says black girl, but we know, she's an Israelite, more than likely. Yale honors black girl. 9 wrongfully reported to police over insect project. And, it's just basically going into how they call the police on this little Israelite girl, 9 years old, doing a school project, and it just goes into the perpetual hatred that Esau has for Jacob, and they're going into the racial profiling aspect of it. But, it all goes back, to the book of Genesis, man, and we'll just start off with that. We'll get more into it. I don't mean to rant, but we'll start at the book of Genesis, chapter 25, and we'll start at verse 21. And it's going into the story, the history of Jacob and Esau, which is the, so-called white man today being Esau, and Jacob being blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is book of Genesis, chapter 25, and verse 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord, Yahweh, for his wife, because she was barren, so she couldn't have children. So, Isaac went to the Lord, and basically asked him and, pleaded with him for his wife to have kids. And it says, and the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So, the Lord had mercy on her, and she was able to have children. Verse 22, it says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. So, she was wondering, if it was a blessing for her to be able to have these children. Why was it such a struggle, within her womb? Why were the children battling each other? Verse 23, and it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So you have 2 complete, separate, different nations. Yes, true enough, they're brothers, but they are, 2 separate beings, as far as their looks, their ways, everything about them is going to be different, basically. 2 separate nations have been conceived. She has conceived. And it says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And we know that to be Jacob. That's clear, plain as day, man. Jake is a lot stronger, faster, even smarter than, these Edomites out here, man. And it says the elder shall serve the younger, and we know the elder to be Esau, so-called white man. And that's going into the future, man. He's going to be our slaves, man. When the Lord Yahweh comes back and overthrow this wicked kingdom, Esau is going into slavery now. And it says, all right, Salaki for that. We're going to start back at Genesis 25 and 24. All right, it says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And it says the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And this is the progenitor of the Edomites, also known as the so-called white man. It says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And this is, the progenitor of the blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans, man, the 12 tribes. It says, and Isaac was threescore years old when she bare them. Salaki. And it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, and we can see that to this day, man. These Edomites love to hunt, they love to kill animals, and that's just their nature, man. From the beginning, it says, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. It says, Isaac loved Esau because he did not eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And this is a brief background on Jacob and Esau, man. So getting into this article, it says Yale honors black girl 9 wrongly reported to police over insect project. It says Bobby Wilson's effort to rid her town of the spotted lanternfly unwittingly touched off a national discussion about racial profiling. With it being 2023, we still going through the same issues, man. Based off the hatred that Esau has for Jake. We have the mark of the beast that will be implemented, and it's all based on Esau getting his birthright back. Esau has a hatred for Jake that will never end, man. No matter what, and you got guys out here, man, that seem to want to love their enemies when their enemies only wants to destroy them, man. That's a weird subservient mindset. It says a 9-year-old girl who had a neighbor call the police on her as she worked to eradicate invasive insects from her hometown has earned honors for one of the U.S. most prestigious universities. Which, none of this means nothing, man. The damage is done, And I won't really even go into this article, really, because, it's just segue into the real issue. So we'll go back to the book of Genesis, man. I'll leave a link in the description box for that article, but it just goes into the hatred that Esau has for Jacob. And we'll go straight to 41. And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And this has been, the attitude of Esau, the so-called white man, from this day forward, And we can see it today. All the things that Esau pretty much comes up with to destroy Jake is, based off of this, man. You go back to all the medical experiments that Esau has done on Jake, the drugs in the community that they brought, all these things were meant to destroy the Israelites, man. So this is just that perpetual hatred, and it's gonna continue on forever. So there's nothing that we can do, man. We just gotta wait on the Lord, and He gonna set the record straight. So that's that, man. We'll go to the book of Psalms, chapter 139. And this is King David speaking. And we'll go to verse 21, because some people think that it's a bad thing to hate your enemies, which is not, We'll just get it. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 139, and verse 21. It says, "Do not I hate them, O Lord, Yahweh, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee?" And who would this be, man? This would be the Edomites, the wicked of the earth. They absolutely hate the Lord, and it plays itself out on a daily basis when they see Jake, or their main goal is to eradicate Jake. And verse 22 says, "I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies." And the number one enemy of Jacob is Esau, the so-called white man. The number one enemy of the 12 tribes is Esau, the so-called white man. Whether people want to believe it or not. I was just looking at some articles, man, how this man has polluted the waters. The fish have forever chemicals, so everything is destroyed. You have plastics, man, contained within the body. The food is not real. This is poor management. This man has to be fired, and that's what our Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back to do, man. Fire this man, literally. So hey, the feeling is mutual, except the anger that we have is based off righteousness, not anything malicious, and it's well deserved. So we'll continue on and go to the book of Obadiah. And we'll just go to verse 8. It says, "Shall I not in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise man out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter." And here's the point. "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." So the Lord is going to do damage, man, to these Edomites, man, so-called white men, for the hatred and the violence and the destruction that they have brought to the Lord's people, So that they're not going to get out of it, man, and that's just one incident, of so-called racial profiling. But this happens every day, and regardless of what people think, the feeling that these people have has not changed. Society has switched a little to where they have to, kind of get along just to make it. But the feelings that they have for Jake has never changed. They hate you, We see it on our jobs, even when we out in public. These people absolutely hate you, man. You can feel it, And if you in the spirit, you definitely can feel it, man. So we'll go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. And we'll go all the way to verse 56, man. It says, and Salaki for keep saying, man. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 56. It says, like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, even so shall Yahweh Hashem Yahushai do unto thee, and shall deliver thee unto mischief. So, this is another case of revenge, man. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have revenge placed upon your enemies, man. And the wrath of Esau is really gonna come forth when it's time to implement that charagma, that ship, man. Which a lot of camps out here don't believe that that's what it is, and it's simply gonna lead to their destruction. And we see these things being implemented. They're putting it in your face, and it's going to take place, man. But like scriptures say, man, the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night, because these people are simply blinded and lost when it comes to that part of prophecy. So we'll go to the book of 2nd Thessalonians, man, chapter 1, and I think it's verse 6. Okay, All right, it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to recompense tribulation upon them that trouble you. And man, you just get a feeling of just, power when you read these scriptures, man, because you know what's coming, man. These people had just beat us down in the ground, man, ever since we stepped foot in Babylon, man. So you read these scriptures, man, and you just get that fire, man. Hey, man, you just can't wait, But we are to wait on the Lord, man. It's gonna be a miraculous, beautiful thing, man, when the Lord comes back and totally obliterate these people, man. Lord willing, I get to see it. And this was just a quick lesson, man. Lord willing, somebody was edified. And, we want to constantly give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodash, Shalom.